Okay, everyone, welcome to another episode of the Dirty Old Podcast, episode 6. We're flying, and we've got your familiar faces, Gav, Rousey, and myself, Coops. How are we doing, chaps?
Good evening.
Loving life.
Good. Is that because Salford, or because you got a tattoo, or?
Do you know what? I didn't actually have the tattoo. He taught me out of it. Would you believe that? I've got a load of prints here that I need to. I didn't even know you could do this as well. He's told me to use roll-on my back and put the transfer on and see if I like it. So I might have a fake tattoo on Saturday. I'll show you, Gav.
Fans, this is why we didn't have a podcast that come out today, because Rousey was having a tattoo that he never had.
I was supposed to be having one, kids, but yeah, I got talked out of it by a tattoo artist. Would you Adam and Eve that?
Well, to be fair, this will be the first one that we'll put out Saturday morning. So actually, it'd be interesting to see how many people watch it on a Saturday morning instead of the day before. So get you nice and ready for the Crawley game. So we'll go straight into Stevenage game. Gav, obviously, another game dominating possession. Always going to be a tough game. Was it the right scoreline in your eyes, pal?
Yeah, 100%. The Stevenage came, completely wanted a point, completely wanted a draw. And to be quite honest, they actually looked like a very, very well organised team, looked like a decent team. And if they would have tried, they might have got more out of it. But like I said, we dominated the game, we dominated a lot. It was looking like 0-0, but then, like I said, a piece of magic, that's what you need. And yeah, deserved got the 3 points, but he was looking like, well, then we'll take the point. It's not a loss, but like I said, the 3 points, fantastic. Like I say, great result there, because like I said, they came for a draw.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a credit to Neil Wood, how he's got his team organised, Rousey, isn't it? I mean, that kind of never say die attitude. And
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think, well, again, we'd have spoke about last season and how that game would have panned out, and we wouldn't have got the result. But all hands to the pump, great bit of magic, like you said, a wonder finish, and there's nothing better than a last minute winner. You know what I mean? To get the tails up into the next game. So, do you know what I mean? I think you're absolutely right. I think Woody's got that in the players, that fight, that grit to go to the end, and that determination, and it's shown. And like I said, it was a belter of a strike, and a deserved win on possession and shots and all the usual stats. I didn't go to the game. I was at a 21st birthday party, but I watched the highlights and obviously looked at the stats just pre-record then, and it looked like Salford absolutely dominated. I didn't really recall more than 2 or 3 decent Stevenage chances. I think Tom King put one over the bar from one of their lads shooting outside the box. But yeah, defenders did what they needed to do. Attackers had plenty of shots, but yeah, we said in the last episode it was going to be a tough one. They were going in full of confidence, and thankfully, yeah, I think my prediction was right again. Coops, I'm sure I said a scruffy 1-0 win.
I think you might have said 2-0.
Oh, you said 2-1.
Oh, I think I actually.
Gav was 0-0 and I was 2-1. But I suppose you get the points on that one, Rousey, because we didn't concede. But there we go. But I mean, again, another team where we've dominated possession. And to be fair, I know we've not played that many games at home. You know, that's probably set the benchmark for an opposing team coming to us. I thought that, to your point, Gav, it was very organised. I actually thought the first half was fairly 50-50. I'm going to give them a bit of credit on that, where, you know, they maybe had a chance or two. We had a chance or two. There's a lot of play in the middle. And we looked okay. We didn't ever look in danger. But then I think the second half, I think you're right, Gav, they kind of just went, we can get a point out of this. And then Neil Wood just kind of gone, that's how he's drilling it into him. And the 90th minute, I mean, last season, we've been on the end of a few last-minute goals and conceded where it's been on the reverse. But there's nothing sweeter than getting a 90th minute winner, is there? When all the crowd, the West Ham was just going crazy. It was unbelievable. You missed it, Rousey.
I know I did. I was actually gutted. But it's what it is. I'd take the points over that. So, like I said, it was a good result that against the informed Stevenage.
Unbeaten in the league at that point. Couple of good points though. Somebody I want to mention, obviously, debut for Tolaj. How do we think? I'll come to you, Gav, because
I wasn't there.
with the game.
Can't comment. No comment.
How do you think he did? And do you think he's going to start again this Saturday?
Yes, I was impressed, to be honest. I've heard a few people say, "Oh, he's not good enough." Blah blah. I actually thought he had for his first game, like I say, new club, different club. He's come from down south, and he's obviously from abroad as well. You could see that he had a football head on him. His movement, his positioning, his touch. Like say, he didn't necessarily do too much in the final third. But like say, his connection work and what have you. For the first game, like say, you can see ability. If he settles in, if he gets some assists and gets a few goals himself, like say, I think he'll start every week, providing that, like say, he gets involved.
Yeah, I mean, I think from what I can remember from the game, I don't remember him being on the ball as much as playing what he would like to. But then I kind of thought, well, he was taking up good positions. So, all right, the ball might not have come to him, but he was getting into the good pockets of space. When he did have the ball, his passing was on point. He's looking to play forward, and we got, like you say, Gav. He's just come up from Brighton. He doesn't know any of the lads. I'm sure they've made him feel welcome. I think he had one, maybe two training sessions beforehand. He's not too sure exactly how we play at the moment, but I think that'll quickly come. But good to see, Rousey, that McElhenney came back though, didn't he?
Yeah, that is a big plus for me, because I think prior to him getting injured, he was pulling all the strings in attacking midfield. I think he was creating a good percentage of our dangerous attacks as well as scoring, which was pleasing. So hopefully the injury's not put him back and knocked him too much. Again, I can't really pass too much comment on how he played and how he did, because I wasn't there. But I think on the highlights he got a couple of shots in, didn't he, as well? So it looks like he's picked up where he left off, which is good, because I think he'll be a key player for us this year if he can stay fit.
He made a massive difference, Gav, when he came off the bench, and he came on, and straight away the crowd lifted, the players lifted, he just seemed to just bring the tempo up another 10%, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, he brought the tempo up, and again, he was finding the gaps. Like I said, they were very well structured. They were all in positions, and his movement, his energy. Like I say, he was finding the gaps. He wanted the ball all the time. He looked really lively, and like I say, it's to a certain extent, he's probably give us that edge to get the goal in the last minute. Because like I say, it's the important thing for me, I think, was his movement. I think was a big thing, and wanting the ball and getting the ball. But like I say, his movement was brilliant, because when they put everyone behind the ball to a certain extent, 9 times out of 10 it's quite hard. But like I say, he was finding the spaces, and he got considering he came on for, what was it, 20 minutes?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
he probably got
15, 20 minutes.
He probably got 7 and 8 out of 10 for them 20 minutes, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
He did really quite well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was another 3 points, another clean sheet at home, and I think Neil Wood said in his post match presser that he wants to make sure that anybody that comes to Peninsula, they're in for a hard game, and I think we've won. We're unbeaten at home, won every single game, clean sheets, and nobody's going to want to come there and play us at the moment, are they? So.
Is that a question?
I thought
you were just going on then. I'm like, do I answer that? No, nobody's going to want to play us.
Oh dear. We're still getting the hang of this podcast, like that's what it is. Yeah. So then, obviously, going out Saturday into Tuesday, we had the EFL Trophy, I think they call it, and the Papa John's.
We want for pizza, Papa John's.
Sponsor the pod, Papa John's. Come on.
Other pizzas are available.
We'll have pizza while we do this all day. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Send us a pizza for the next one, Papa John's.
I might drop him a message, actually. It's worth a dabble, isn't it?
Do it.
Liverpool under 21s. I think you kind of never know what you get with the under 21 teams. Liverpool obviously bringing good players through, as you've seen in their seniors team. Again, not as dominant in possession, 55 to their 45, but still, the positive into us. 13 shots to their 12, so fairly even on the shot side of things. But it was good for the kind of like not just the periphery players, like the younger players, but the likes of Samoes, who's been chomping to get on.
Yeah.
Smith, obviously now he's kind of been put down to the bench now that Hendry's come in. And good to see Kelly and Mai come back in there as well. A lot of positive seeing those young people come in, and we get the win as well, don't we, Rousey? So I'll find that.
Well, like you said, yeah, it seemed a lot closer in terms of stats and shots, and I think it was as I thought it would be. The Liverpool under-21s, you'd expect, although we don't know names and how they play, you'd expect them to have some kind of quality if they're just on the fringe of breaking into the first team, or maybe a few of them are. But now look, again, I'll take that because it's not an easy team to play. I thought, again, from watching the highlights, that I didn't go to that game either, unfortunately. But yeah, I thought Samoes looked good. I thought he looked a threat. I thought Smith did okay. But yeah, it was everything that you'd expect and you'd want. It was a good start. I think the other two games are going to be a bit more trickier in terms of the teams, what they put out. I think they'll be a lot more closer and a lot more, evenly matched to us. But it's a difficult one, really, because you don't know Liverpool. We don't follow the under-21s. We don't know, like I said, who's good, but Neil Wood does. So yeah, he set up right. He set up to win the game for us, and we did. So, like I said, again, you'll take that.
I think it's testament though to some of our younger boys that have come in as well, because look, if we put out a full strength senior squad team against under-21s and we beat them, it's kind of like, well, yeah, they're still learning the game. But actually, look, I'm looking at the names here who started: O'Brien, Burko, Samoes, Porter. All right, Smith started, but he's a senior player. So we're giving a couple of young lads a chance. I know we've talked about the Stevenage game, but again, Samoes came on there, played well. He's actually involved for the goal. I think he got into the box and then it came out and it went across and it went in, and then obviously sets up a goal for Burko in the game. But we can't talk about this game without mentioning, obviously, we signed a player in between the Stevenage and Liverpool game in Jack Jenkins. Yeah. And he scores on his debut. I mean, that's not bad, is it, Gav?
Yeah, it's all right. Did he get the man of the match as well?
I think he did, yeah. He got player of the match, right? Come on, it's not PC that now.
Oh.
Can't say man of the match anymore. Player of the match.
No disrespect, but I didn't see any women on the pitch, so my mistake. Sorry. Fair you got player of the match, didn't he? For me, on the game itself, I was slightly disappointed that we set up even Stevens, as in we put in some of the younger lads in, and obviously some of the lads who haven't been playing. I expected them to fight a little bit more, want the game, but it looked like Neil would have set them up to say, right, guys, this is the plan, this is what we're about to do, and it looks as though he wants to win the trophy. To me, because if I was manager, I think I would have thrown a bit more. Come on, lads, just show me what you got. Do that. If you lose, blah blah blah. Yeah. And like you said, because I think Liverpool was full of kids who haven't played together much. But like you say, you got the lads Jenkins from Leeds, like you say, good man of match, scored a goal. Like I say, any of the boys coming from Liverpool, Leeds, etc. The lad we got from United. They're about to have something about.
You'd expect them to have quality, wouldn't you?
Yes, to still be there. So like I say, he did well. Like I say, gets a goal, confidence, which is massive. But like for me, I expect us to go a bit more. But I honestly think Neil would maybe go in for this trophy, like I say, because they seem to be more disciplined than I would have wanted to a certain extent. Because that's why I'm not manager, I guess. But
well, I think I mean, we've won it before. And it's for the players as well. It doesn't matter if you're a 20-year-old, academy player, or you're a Matt Smith who's been there, played at a really high level, and everybody wants a chance to play at Wembley, even if it's your first time or the 10th time. It's not as special as, it's a different topic. It's not as special as the old Wembley, but it's still it's kind of like the pinnacle stadium to play in the UK, and it's good. And I think whilst you're playing, it's still a fixture in the that you've got to play, and the more you're winning, the more your confidence builds. It is a good opportunity. I know this cup was more for the Premier League teams to develop their players. They're under 20, 21s, 23s. But I think it's a good opportunity for your League One, League Two to actually nurture some of your own kids to come through, like we're seeing.
Yeah.
Obviously, Torrance had a game, Dackers, Sargent, MI. They wouldn't have got a game otherwise. So,
and I think that's good as well. Woody's giving them a chance, and he's certainly saying to the likes of Burko and Dackers and Smith to a certain extent, go on, give me a selection headache for Saturday, go and play well, and give me something to think about. And I think that them lads will want to win, because that's their chance to show him what they can do. It's better than getting 10, 15 minutes on a Saturday coming on, when we're making last minute changes. So that's their chance to shine, basically, and it's a trophy at the end of the day. So I want them to go for it.
I would have wanted Dackers or what have you to start instead of Smith, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think if you're looking at nurturing your young talent and coming through, I think you're right, Gav. But obviously, why he's picked Smith, because he is a senior team player. He will be called upon as the next person to come on as a substitute before Dackers at the moment, and obviously, he's earning a wage where we need to play him when we can.
Match fitness as well. You can't replace match fitness, can you? So
no,
I do get it, but I still would have liked Dackers on or something instead of him to start.
And Smith needs to keep the bones lubricated, doesn't they? Just like me. Smith, if you're watching, I'm old, I'm a bit creaky, so it's not a dig, mate, not a dig.
But, I don't think he's about to come on the podcast, to be honest, after that.
No, he's definitely not now. Anyway, after that comment,
well, he said he's coming on next week, so only kidding. No, but again, it's another win for the players who are in the start 11 that featured. Great for them. It's another win ticked off. And for the young ones, it was an opportunity for them to put themselves in shot window. So all good. Now we're going to go over to Rousey. Are you ready for the game of Who Am I?
Oh, yes.
So again, we're not going to give the answers out yet. We'll do the answer at the end to give all our listeners an opportunity to get the right answer, and it gives myself and Gavin a little bit more time to get it right.
Google.
So give it to us, Rousey.
Well, are we not doing the answer today then?
We'll do it at the end.
Oh, all right then. Okay. Right.
Do you know the answer?
No, I'm playing too.
Bet you win.
Right. My name is Brandon Thomas Asante. Who am I? No, I'm only kidding. Right. Here we go. So I played as a right back and a defensive midfielder. During my playing career, I never missed a penalty. I made 40 international appearances for Scotland. And I've coached teams like Fleetwood and Scunthorpe, to name a few.
So obviously it's not a player, but it's someone connected to Salford.
No comment.
Right, okay.
Relatively easy, that, I think.
Did he score a free kick on his last match he played?
He might have done.
Oh, that's that's
give his
a good
boots
one.
away to charity, I think.
It's a good one, that Rousey. I'm baffled at the moment, and the more that we're talking on this podcast, I'm not going to have time to think of an answer.
Manny Disarue.
Got it in one, Gav.
Yeah, right back in those changing rooms.
Yeah.
Oh.
Only kidding, Manny. Only kidding,
I know,
Manny.
yeah, right. That's
Don't
it. All our guests are just dropping now like flies. Martin's on it.
Still remember that goal in the final, in the National League playoff final. You're my hero. So, thanks for that, Rousey. I'm looking forward to the answer because it's not Manny, it's not Brandon Thomas Asante. But
could be.
Speaking or Brandon Thomas Asante, our boy wonder this season so far, he's had it on his toes, hasn't he?
He has. I mean, I don't think the club could turn that down. Really, there's a release clause there for a reason. If they've made good money on him, well, I was gutted that he went, because I think this season was his, you know what I mean, was his. What is he? 3 years with us now, and he looked a threat this year. He bagged a few goals. He was playing really well, creating chances. He seemed to be working well with Hendry up top. So I was disappointed to see him go, but good luck to the lad. It is what it is. That's business, isn't it? Football is a business, and it's about making money and moving players on when the time's right. But personally, no disrespect to Brandon, because I think he's been good for us. I do think he'll struggle to get in that team. I really, really do. But money talks, and I don't think for 1 minute they're offering him the same wages as Salford are paying him. They've probably doubled or trebled that, and it's an opportunity and a chance to play under Rousey in the Championship. So wish him all the luck in the world. But personally, I think there was another year there at Salford for him to properly cement himself and get himself a good move away. But is what it is. Like I said, it's business at the end of the day. So good luck to him.
I mean, I think football is a bit of a short career, isn't it? That's what they say. But I suppose with Asante, he put out that statement. You can see how much Salford meant to him, the fans, the area, the club, behind the staff and everything like that. And the thing is for him as well is, you never know when that opportunity is going to come up again. And I think you're right, Rousey. At the moment, that starting 11 at West Brom is going to be tough to get into. He's on the bench tonight, and he only needs 10 minutes. If he does something good, he might not start the next game, but it shows the fans, it shows the staff, he's got something about him. And you only need that opportunity. If he does take that opportunity, he'll make it at that level. But obviously, Steve Bruce has been at the stadium a few times watching Matt Smith. He knows Asante quite well, and you can see why that came about.
Yeah, he must like what he sees, and obviously, like I said, I wish him all the luck in the world. He's been good for us, but I don't like that sometimes, because I feel for him. You see it like Premier League level, like let's use Manchester City as an example, the likes of Grealish and players like that. That Phillips, the lad from Leeds, they'll go there and they'll just warm the bench all season. And I've just got that feeling that that's what's going to happen to him, unfortunately. But like I said, it is a short career, and we're all here to make as much money as we possibly can for ourselves. So, like I said, good luck to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just to add to that, like I think we didn't have to sell him. We could have kept him. I think if a League One club would have come in for him, I think he should have thought twice. But when you got a Championship club come for you and they want you, for him it was a no-brainer. He's got to go and give it a go. He's got to go. If he fails, he fails. He's got a 3-year contract, and like I say, he wasn't one of the big earners at Salford. So like I say, if he turns up every day like he does at Salford, puts the energy in, tries his best, there's nothing more he can do. Like I say, I wish him all the best. Like I say, yes, gutted, we could have kept him. If it was Barnsley, a League One club, I would have said, come on, we might be playing them next season.
Could be there next year, definitely.
You can't say no. And West Brom are struggling to score goals this season, I think. And they're 1-0 down now. So yes.
Gav Sports News.
More than likely, he will come on in the second half. Even if it's last 20 minutes. And if he shows the energy and the appetite as a young footballer would, then like I say, go for it, mate. Like I say, we've replaced him, we've got other players. Like I say, we will miss him, but he's history now to a certain extent, like I said. But like I said, best of luck to him, like I say. And it's his challenge now, not ours. So
hopefully we get him in the third round of the FA Cup and tank him.
Yes, and he gets sent off.
They've got 6 fingers on everyone at West Brom.
If you're not from Salford, you got 6 fingers.
You've got 6 fingers.
I mean, yeah, like I said, we'll move on from BTA, but reportedly 300,000 was his clause. Some are saying it was 500k. I mean, I suppose 300k is probably more closer to the mark. Have we reinvested that money in the right areas? We've obviously brought in 3 players on deadline day yesterday. Goalkeeper, a centre mid and an attacking mid. Does that add more depth to the team now? You know, Brandon's gone, and then that's one player. But have we now put a lot more strength and depth on the bench in the first team with the signings? What do you reckon, Gav?
When you phrased it, are we reinvested that money well? To be quite honest, I think them 3 players should have or needed to come in anyway.
Yeah.
So to be honest, that the Asante one is probably the club's probably gone. And they probably might have got a 4th. We don't know. But like I said, I think we needed a. Anthony's been asking for a goalkeeper for ages to give Tom another midfielder from United, a young lad. He's about to be half decent. An attacker his young lad from Birmingham, ain't he?
Birmingham,
like I said, what we brought in adds to what we needed. So hopefully now we've got a bench which we look at and we go, we can use 3-4 subs and it's quality coming on.
Yeah.
But I think if we had Asante as well as them 3, I think we'd be laughing. But there's another transfer window in January as well. But depending on injuries, we've got a very, very strong squad now. We've got a bench which can change games. We've still got Turkey Teeth to come back, which I believe he's actually one of our star players. And I saw him a little bit in pre-season, whipping in the corner and whatsoever.
Yeah, his delivery was on point. Every corner was really good.
So he was playing golf as well the other night. I think someone put on. He was at Trafford Centre doing. So he must be back in recovery. So hopefully next week after, we will see him as well. So the depth we've got, 2-3 weeks ago, we were saying, probably me was saying actually, I don't think we're strong enough in depth. I think the teams which have the players on the bench will get promoted. If we keep them fit, no, we're one of them teams. If we can keep everyone fit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously we've got Jacob Chapman, 21 again. A lot of these players we brought in from the beginning of the season as well, all young, hungry. You know, the last couple of seasons, it's probably what we've been missing, having those young, talented, but with a little bit of experience as well. But Jacob Chapman, 21, goalkeeper on loan till January from Huddersfield Town. Also, he does get selected for the Australian under-23s, so he's obviously got something about him. Is he going to be a bench warmer to King, or is he going to be aiming to get that top spot for while he's here, Rousey?
I think the keeper one's an interesting one. I don't think he'll come straight in and replace King, because why would you replace a winning team that's just kept a clean sheet? He will be chomping at the bit. That's a fact. He'll want to play football. He won't have come here to warm the bench. He'll want to prove a point to Huddersfield to put himself in selection, obviously, for them, or to get himself a decent money move away come the next transfer window, or hopefully, he plays well for us and gets a permanent move to us. But I like King. King's a good shot stopper. His kicking's a bit suspect. Some of his decision making. All keepers are a bit bonkers, like you, Martin. But I hope he's good. I hope he's. You're not at Huddersfield for no reason. You've got to have something about you, I think. So I'm expecting him to be half decent. I think his first opportunity will probably come in the Papa John's Trophy. But you never know. He might force his way into the team. But I think that's what Tom King needs to probably improve him as well. Because my opinion is he's probably had it a little bit too easy. He can make those mistakes and knows he's got the number 1 jersey the next week because there's nobody there. Yeah. So, I hope it does. I hope it G's him on as well a little bit. But I think he'll be a good signing. I think all 3 deadline day signings were good. We've never had a deadline day like that, which was pretty exciting. I enjoyed it anyway. But I think he'll be good for us. I do think he will, and I think he will get minutes in the league as well. But when that will come, I don't know.
A little twist of that. Sorry, I butt into you.
All right, go for it.
Twist of that. Tom King was brought here as a prime goalkeeper. I don't think this guy's about. He's only here till January. I think he's here for November. If Tom King goes to the World Cup with Wales.
I'd agree with that.
I think they brought quality in for cover. I don't think he's about getting any league games other than obviously November. But like I say, he seems like he's coming from a good pedigree. And to have someone in training with Tom Green, it's only better to help Tom as well, give him a bit of pressure. But I don't think he's about to replace Tom in the league.
No, I don't think he will.
He's probably gone in January as well, so I think he's covered for November in case Tom goes to the World Cup.
I'm going to go a little slightly off topic here. Just what you said, Rousey, about being a good shot stopper. I saw a clip of Roy Keane where they was talking about David De Gea, and I think one of the pundits' points to Roy Keane was, "But he's a good shot stopper." And Roy Keane went, "Yeah, that's what he gets paid for, to stop the ball going in there."
Right. Yeah, it is. It is. But that's what I mean. You don't know what Neil Wood wants. He might want a keeper that's good with the ball at his feet, or calm under pressure, or can make the right decisions at the right time. And that's one thing. What I do think lets Tom down is his decision making, is his kicking a little bit. But other than that, yeah, I know it's his job to keep the ball out of the net, but I do think he's a good shot stopper personally.
Yeah. No, I'd agree. I'd absolutely agree. I'm going to go, where do we go next? Okay, we'll do it in order of the announcement. So, centre midfielder by the name of Ethan Galbraith. And again, 21. This time it's a season loan, so we've got him for the full shebang from Manchester United. Also Northern Ireland international, where he's made 2 senior appearances, so he's got something about him.
Yeah.
And last season he spent 33 games at Doncaster. So I think this is one I think fans were a little bit excited about, not just with the United connections, but obviously as a name that's obviously been heard last season around the place, within the EFL leagues, and obviously got something about him, hasn't there? So what do we think with Galbraith?
Well, there's a couple of group chats going about, and obviously a few of the lads know of him and have said that he's a good player. Personally, I haven't seen him play. I knew that he'd been to Doncaster, and I knew that he'd had a couple of international appearances. And again, I know it's Northern Ireland, and they're not an England that have got a massive selection of players. But again, you don't get into international level without having something about you. Midfield is a tough position. I don't like these loans. That's one thing I don't like. It's like the Ndaba thing. He'll probably be brilliant and get supporters player of the season, and then he'll be on his merry way, and we'll never see him ever again. But I like it. I think it's what we need with Mallon and McElhaney picking up injuries. It shows that we need that. We need cover there, and like Gav said, we've got players now and a good squad, players that can come off the bench and just replace straight in, like for like, and that's what I like about him. I don't know him too well, but I have heard that he's a good player, and obviously, you don't play for Doncaster and play at international level if you've not got something about you.
We was talking about squad depth, about 5 minutes ago. But if you look at those 2 that play in the centre mid now, you've obviously got Watte, Elliot Watt. You've got Watto. You've got London there. You've got Galbraith. You've got Mallon to come back. Am I missing anybody else? If I do, forgive me. But straight away off the bat, there's 5 you can mention just for the 2 places.
Yeah.
And on the bench, you're not really gonna have 3 centre midfielders that sat on the bench either. So, again, it's having players that are hungry, who are going to push each other in training, play at a high tempo and really work hard. And then, we're going to see the benefits of that. And to your point, Gav, we've got that depth now, and that's going to reap the benefits when we get into the latter half of the season, when, suspensions, injuries kick in. I think it's good. Every club has loans. It's nice to see that we've not made too many, and we've got 5 players on loan, where your 11 players is made up of 5 loan players. We're actually trying to nurture our own players.
Yeah.
And then the last one we brought in was an attacking midfielder, maybe probably a Sante replacement. He's left-footed, 2-year deal, Odin Bailey from Birmingham. 6 appearances in the Championship back in 19-20 season. Last season, 31 appearances for Livingston in the SPL. Got 3 goals from that position. And then the season before, he was at Forest Green. He's made a total of appearances, 34 there with 4 goals. So he's played at a good level, and obviously being part of the Forest Green team that was hard to beat.
Yeah.
Playing in the SPL. We're going to see some. Is he the Asante replacement, do we think? What I would say is he going to start on Saturday with being probably a like-for-like replacement?
I would say so. I think he is. I think he will start. I think he's definitely been brought. Well, I wouldn't say it's a panic buy as such, because I think the Birmingham fans were actually gutted that he was gone. You know, I think they said like he's a good young prospect. I think one of the ones that they were really excited about, and obviously he's he's come to us, which is good. Again, don't know too much about him, but he seems he's certainly got some good credentials there, playing in the in the SPL, and obviously been at Birmingham and Forest Green, which was he in the promotion winning side, was he? Yeah.
When did they go? No, they went last season, didn't they?
Was it the season before he was there then?
The season before.
Yeah. But yeah, still, like I said, he's got some good credentials there behind him. I think out of the three, he will be the one that will come into the starting 11 sooner. Out of those, I know obviously Galbraith is a very, very good player, but I think that they'll probably bring him in and introduce him slowly, because I think that there's players there that will probably get upset about being pushed straight out. I think he will come off the bench, and I think Odin Bailey will start.
Well, it's like again to your point, Gav. Why change a side that's winning? And obviously you've got Watt, who has look. Most players so far this season maybe made a mistake or two. That football is full of mistakes, but Watt's been really, really good. I think he's really finding his feet and his position in the team. He's only a young lad, but seems quite a leader. Watson has been, again, he's had an off game so far this season, but like I said, they all have. But then he scores the winning goal against Stevenage. So you straight away you're thinking Galbraith, he could be better than them both. But right now at the moment, for Galbraith, I'm sure he's only just come in, a couple of training sessions.
That's it.
Will he get minutes? I could see him featuring at some point. But again, he's going to have to come in and work for that position. It's not a given. But that's what we need, isn't it?
No, I think so. Yeah, definitely. I think
He's done it again. He's done it again. Come on.
Yeah, no, I think with Galbraith, I think obviously it's one of Woods' lads, as in not one of his, as in he's seen him at United and he's probably seen him growing up a little bit. I see that one as trying this next not 9 months. He's trying to persuade him actually to come back to us, because I'd expect he's about to get released next year from United. So I think it's one of them. Come. I'm out to nurture you. I'm out to train you. You know my style. He's got the same style what he's grown up with, and I think it's more of trying to actually persuade him to stay for next season. So give him the games, make sure obviously developing him in the training, and I think that personally that's what I see as a plan for him. And obviously with the I'm terrible with names. Young lad from Birmingham,
Odin Bailey.
Odin Bailey. Like say, I was surprised that he didn't come on alone, and we've got him for 2 years. Because like I said, there's a lot of good stuff about him. And even the one thing I noticed was with Forest Green, because I remember prior to Forest Green getting promoted, they were the best team in that league for the previous 2-3 years. Yes, they blew it the last 6 weeks or whatever of the season, but football wise, and they were fantastic, and he was in a really good Forest Green team. So like I said, there's something about him. How we've got him from Birmingham, I don't know. But he's obviously, Neil Wood spoke to him. Maybe he's known him through the actual circles within football at the young academy years. I think that's an amazing sort of deal for us. Like Anthony said, hopefully he's about to be in the team, and he's about to show us all the magic which everyone's expecting.
Yeah. This obviously comes back to maybe one of the reasons. I think you've made a very good point, Gav, to be fair, where obviously at the beginning, when Neil Wood was announced, obviously there was an uncertainty. He's never managed at a senior level. But what like you said there, his network of young, hungry, talented players, you look at this players that he's brought into us, at the moment we get to see one bad one. You know what I mean? They're all performing well at the moment. And like you say, if he does get released from United next season, it's almost like planting a seed, isn't it? You've enjoyed, over the season, you go, you've had a good season, you've done this, you've done that. Fancy going back, you know? And where's he more likely to go? And obviously, Peter Lim can give him a check and stuff, can't he? So,
and I think with him as well is, I think if you was about to give give Woody the Rooney's, the Hendersons and what have you, maybe them sort of egos he might struggle with. We've given him the players which are, he's been around, he's used to coaching these lads, so he's actually, he'll understand them. He'll understand the issues of growing up, the issues of getting into first teams, whatsoever. So, like I say, I think the signings of the younger lads, especially the academy sort of lads and what have you, I think it's fantastic, because we're not just going, right, oh, Adam Rooney, he'll come. Yes, let's get him. But our managers doesn't know how to maybe play him, or we don't play our tactics towards him. Adam Rooney's a great striker, but if you don't play the right tactics towards him, just put your arms in the air like this, like I've just done.
Yeah, I think that's shown as well with the signings that we've made, that maybe the likes of Neville and Casper and that aren't getting involved as much in the signings. Like on the documentary where they were all sat around the table and they were cherry picking players, and you had lads like Richie Wellens saying, no, I don't want a certain player, and then we went and signed him. And I think you could see in the signings that they were from above the manager, and the manager had to make do with them. Do you know what I mean? And put them into a team and into a system where, obviously, now I think Neil Wood has seemingly, anyway, from the outside in, it looks like there is signings. They're the ones that he wants and the positions he wants to fill. Well, that's what it seems to me, anyway.
That's two more people not coming on the podcast: Gary Neville and Chris Casper.
Yeah.
Phil, we like you, though.
Yeah, Phil, we like you.
Yeah, if Gary Neville wants to, I know he does his overlap.
He might want to comment on that.
If he fancies the overlap sponsoring the Dirty Old podcast, that'd be great. Yeah, we love you, Gary. Honestly, we do. We do. We love everybody. To be fair, we've been dissing so many people tonight.
Oh, yeah, everyone hates us.
Oh, it's a bit of banter, isn't it? Yeah. Right, let's get stuck in. Let's look at Saturday then. Or tomorrow. It's usually Thursday, but tomorrow, Crawley. I'm going to throw out, I've got some stats just for a bit of fun for everybody and then we can discuss the game. 22nd, played 6, won none, lost 4, drew 2, -5 goal difference. Their away form's not too bad. They've drawn 2 games, lost 1. Head to head, we've played them 6 times. How many times have we won, chaps?
None.
I was going to say, I can't remember one.
One. We actually won once.
We normally get beat 1-0, don't we?
And I'm not too sure, but we've won once, drawn twice, and Crawley beat us 3 times. So we all won 1. And interesting enough, out of those 6 games, we've kept 1 clean sheet and they've kept 3. So, look, we've played 3, won 3 at home, scored 6 goals in the league, conceded none. This is a win, isn't it? There's nothing more to say about this than a win.
Yeah, well, you'd say that on paper, but obviously Crawley seemed to be a little bit of a tricky side for us, and like you've just said there, at the minute, they're like Salford a couple of years ago, where they actually do all right away from home, and at home, where probably the pressure's on and the fans are getting on the back, they seem to be getting beat. I think we'll win, but I don't think it'll be as easy as we're making out. I think they'll do a Stevenage and put everybody behind the ball and try and get us on a counter attack or a set piece. But I'd like to think with the signings that we've had, that wonder goal against Stevenage, tails are up. We're gonna go out there and win. But yeah, I don't want to jinx it. But Crawley are a little bit of a thorn in the side.
Gav, how do you see the game going?
Yeah, similar to like Rousey just said. Like, so I can't see Crawley coming and going all guns blazing.
No,
they're about to obviously have looked how we're playing and how we're doing, and we're obviously doing really well. And I think they'll be cautious. I think they'll be behind the ball. I think there'll be 1 or 2 kicks and a bit of time wasting.
Yeah.
I can see them trying to disturb the game at every chance they get and try to slow it down. But with our stronger bench, which we've just improved yesterday, our form, the win last week. It's definitely coming true this week. My 3-0 is coming in. Come on!
Go on, Gav. Go on.
Yes. I think it'd be a tough start. I think they're about frustrate us. But yeah, I think we'll get the breakthrough, then we'll bang a couple more in.
Yeah.
I think most teams, I mean, look at how we've started. I was watching the highlights every Saturday night. I watch the highlights of the EFL and stuff. And what they said last week about Salford is they are a completely changed side now and are really attacking, playing really good football. And I think most people are going to come. I would say play. What is there? 24 teams in there. Yeah, I would imagine a good 20 of those teams are going to come to the peninsula and just settle behind the ball. And we're going to have to try and break that down. But the more that happens, the more that we're going to get used to that. So teams are going to have to adapt and change their tactics accordingly. But I also think we've got that much firepower going forward, not just in goals, I just mean creating, that we are going to create chances in every game no matter what. Yeah. And as long as we're on point and on fire, you can set up behind the ball, but you're just not going to stop the chances. So I think you're right, Gav. I think 2-0 would be, but I can quite easily see 3-0, but I'm always cautious. I would say it's probably more. I'm going to go more 2-0, but yeah, I don't see us conceding. I know football's football, but I just don't see us conceding against them this time round. What do you think, Rousey? What's your prediction, mate?
Yeah, I am going to go for us conceding. I think we'll score first. I think we might even go 2-0 up, but I think they'll get a scruffy goal. I think it'll be 2-1. And I'm going to go actually for Hendry too. I think he was unlucky last week. He was unlucky against Stevenage. He got a good few shots off, and I just think he needs that confidence boost. I'm going to go for him 2 goals.
Happy days. I think a goal would do him good.
Yeah.
But do you know what? As long as as fans, I'm not too bothered exactly where the goals come from. As long as we're scoring, and he's always involved. He has been recently. It's what he does off the pitch, and he is coming more into the channels as well. I know he's playing that number 9, but he's coming out to the right quite frequently and creating goals as well. So as long as he's scoring or creating, I'm happy for that.
Like you say, I think what you're saying, like you say, normally, like you say, us fans are a bit funny, and you'd normally get on someone's back a little bit, I think, when they're not scoring. But because of his work rate and his effort, like I say, he seems to be getting away with murder. He isn't getting away with murder. But as a striker, we expected maybe a few more goals. But the effort he's putting in and the like you say, them goals will come. And like I say, maybe Rousey's about get him on a nice a streak now. So 2 tomorrow, next week after, what have you. A couple of goals could do him good.
Yeah, I think so. I think he needs it. I think obviously Asante liked to get his shots in and maybe didn't play him in enough when he could have done. I think I do. I can see an Hendry double tomorrow. I think the lad will kickstart his goal scoring form.
Yeah, I think, like you say, if Hendry, not just Hendry for that matter, any player that might be maybe a little bit out of form, but I think all we want from players is just that never say die, that work ethic of just give 110%. And if 70, 80 minutes you're absolutely out of, you're absolutely shattered, we've got a bench. Don't be ashamed by getting substituted. Yeah, you've just worked as hard as you can. And to bring it back to Hendry, it's not like he can't hit a barn door, like he's having 10 shots in the game and he just can't get it on target. He has had shots on target. He's had near misses. He's been a little bit unlucky, but his work rate off the ball and bringing other people in the game sort of that offsets that. So it's not a problem at all. But yeah, let's enjoy the game. Let's finish it off then, chaps. Rousey, back to who am I? I think I've just got it. And
do the clues again so everyone can have a recap.
Right, so I played as a right back and a defensive midfielder. During my playing career, I never missed a penalty. I made 40 international appearances for Scotland. I've coached Fleetwood and Scunthorpe, to name a few.
And he scored a penalty at City.
I am Brandon Asante. Who am I?
Manny Disarue. What would he say?
No, go on. Do you want to both say it at the same
first.
time? After three?
You go first, Coops.
No, after three. After three, both of you say it, because I think you both know who it is.
We'll do it on three, but just to put this in, I'm acting like I really do know it, and if I get it wrong now, I'm like a right idiot.
Well, I have. I think he's Scottish.
Right. Rousey, count us in, mate.
Right. 1, 2, 3.
Alexander.
Oh.
Who was you going to say? You definitely wasn't going to say it.
I was going to say Warren Joyce.
Oh!
No, it was Graham Alexander.
Oh.
Graham's at the wheel.
Look how much it means to Gav.
I know. I can even see that free kick he did for Preston on his last game.
Yeah. His last game.
He did well there. If you would have mentioned anything to do with like Burnley or something, it might have been a bit more.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
He wasn't.
He was the penalty taker. Salford as the manager.
I thought you'd have got that, Coops. I genuinely thought you'd have got that. I thought it was an easy one, but it's only easy if you know it, I suppose.
Oh dear me!
I think you might get a bit of stick for that. Comment in.
What? Bring it on. Hey, I'm thick-skinned. Don't worry.
Warren Joyce.
It could have been.
It could have been, mate. I don't think Warren Joyce has ever took a penalty in his life, has he?
This is what podcast is all about. You can't always everything can't be right all the time, and roses and daisies, and it's gotta be.
It can't be.
It's gotta be.
I like
it's gotta
it.
be crap at sometimes.
It's your turn next week, anyway, Gav.
Warren Joyce's penalty at City was a cracker.
It was.
Oh dear! Stop winding me up now.
Yeah.
It was 3-3 that game as well, weren't it?
Oh, right, it's gone now. Graham Alexander, anyway.
Well,
I'll do one next week. Okay.
I hope
Sante.
Yeah.
I hope the fans enjoyed the episode. Obviously, a lot to cover there, but obviously with the deadline and stuff, there's a lot to talk about. But once again, Gav, Rousey, thanks very much for your time. It's been a pleasure. It's been a good episode. So fans, if you've enjoyed it, let us know. It's always good to get some good feedback and some bad feedback. Just keep that to yourself. But see you all at the game tomorrow. Enjoy.
Thank you.
See you later.
See you later, guys.
Set out a bit.